Thanks for tuning in to the LandFab channel. Now last time we had this Viper on the rack, we did a full inspection, an oil change, and we installed some killer BC Racing coilovers. Now that made the car look a lot better, but in that inspection we noticed that the rack and pinion bushings were completely blown out, and that's the cause of the steering wander that's been plaguing me on the road. So today I'm going to fix that. I got a set of solid aluminum rack and pinion bushings, and we're going to install those, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So before we get started, these are the bushings we're going to install. Now these are solid aluminum. The originals were like a soft rubber, and they take out all the vibration and stuff through the steering, but they also let the rack and pinion move side to side, which lets your car wander a little bit. And over the years they dry out and get some more play in them, like mine, which is letting the rack move around so bad that it's actually contacting the clutch on the AC compressor, so we don't want that. These are going to completely eliminate all the play, and the part number is 800-1995, and I got these from viperpartsdepot.com. Now I'll leave a link in the description down below so you guys can go right to these and check them out. These are for the first generation Viper. I'm not sure how much different they are on a second gen, but I think they have them there for all different Vipers. So without further ado, let's get this car on the rack and let's get these bushings put on. Here we are under the car, and these are the rack and pinion bushings that are in question. You can see right there how bad those actually are. They are completely destroyed, especially that top one. This one doesn't look so bad, but this side is moving a ton. And over here you can see these don't look so bad. So this is right under the front of your car. It's not behind the engine or tucked up on the firewall like some cars. It's right there in front of the motor. And then right here, apologize for the lighting, I promise I'm getting better stuff coming, but you can see right there on the AC compressor where it had actually rubbed on the rack and pinion and left a little bit of aluminum. I don't think it hurt anything, but it's definitely not good. My rack has a little bit of a seep in it, so I'm going to watch that. I need to clean this whole car like we discussed in the other video, but once I clean it, I'll watch that and see if it gets worse. If it comes back, I'll just take it out and have the whole rack rebuilt with all new seals and everything. But anyway, these are what we're going to change. So the first thing we need to do is take those bolts out on top and get the old bushings out. Guys, I got to show you this because this is absolutely scary. So I went to take this bolt out of this one, and check this out. Not tight. Whoever worked on this car last left this bushing, or this rack bolt, hand tight. Or maybe it worked loose over the years, I don't know, but this one is completely loose. I did not touch this with a wrench. That bolt was just sitting in there. So that's why that was moving so much and why it destroyed the bushings. The one on the other side is tight, but this one was super loose, so that's scary. Alright guys, I got the rack and pinion bushings out, and I found something kind of scary. So I got them out of both sides. They're really tight on the passenger side, but the one in the driver's side just fell right out. I'm going to show you what was scary. So here's what I took out of the passenger side. We got 2 bushings. And these do look like they're possibly been replaced at one time. I'm not sure. They're definitely cracked, and they shake. Let's see what this one says. It says Cleveite on it. I don't know if anyone knows if that's the original bushing for these cars, if anyone knows. And then it had these 2 shims and a washer underneath the bushing, the bottom bushing on the rack and pinion. I don't know if these are supposed to be there, but they're on both sides. But what I do know is there should be 2 bushings on both sides. The driver's side only had the top bushing in it. There is no bottom bushing. That would be my steering problem right there. And this one is just destroyed too, the top of it, you can see. So someone that worked on this car at one point either forgot to put the bushing back in, because there's a sleeve in here and it's captured. There's no way it could come out of there without forgetting to put it in there. Or I don't know what they were after, but that bolt was loose. There was only 1 top bushing and no bottom bushing. It comes with 4, so I know it has to have 2 on this side and 2 on that side, so that's scary. I'm gonna have to do some more checking on this car. But I don't know about these shims. You guys that know Vipers better than I do, this is the first rack I've pulled off of a Gen 1 Viper. Are these shims supposed to be here? This is something I'm going to have to look up, because these bushings have a shoulder on them that is about the same as the old bushing. So I think I'm going to put these back in there. But if this is wrong, someone please comment down below and let me know if these are supposed to be in there. I know that there's supposed to be a bushing on this side. That's scary. But on this side and on the bottom with these shims, I mean, they look like factory shims to me. And the fact that there's matching pair or matching sets of shims on both sides, I'm guessing that this is original, but I'm going to go ahead and put these back in under my aluminum bushings. And this time I'm going to use 4. Here are the installed solid aluminum rack and pinion bushings. I did look online and found that those shims are actually a factory item. They are for sale, and they do say they're for a first generation Viper. Now, I don't know how to measure or how to properly shim this rack and pinion, so I put them back exactly where they were. Any of the Viper experts, please comment down below and school me on this. Let me know, is this a measurement that I need to change? Is it something I just leave alone? I want to make sure and get that right before I get it aligned and check that that's correct. I do have a thin shim, a thick shim, and a washer underneath the rack, which is the same on both sides, and that is exactly how it came out. But I did go ahead, this side has a captured nut, so I put a little Loctite on the bolt. There are no lock washers on my bolts, so I went ahead and put Loctite on that. And then on this side, there's a big chunk of a rectangular nut that goes up underneath this bracket, and I did put Loctite on that. And yes, I did use red because I do not want my rack and pinion to ever come loose again. Thanks for tuning in today to LambFab the channel. In the next episode, we're going to take the Viper to get in alignment. We're going to do a review on those BC Racing coilovers, on how they ride, handle, and drive. And we'll do a review on those solid rack and pinion bushings. Please like and subscribe down below so you don't miss that video. And also drop a comment down below. Send me a picture of whatever car you're working on, what kind of project you're working on, and let me know what you want to see from this channel and what kind of content you like. You guys take care and have a great day.